Hello, I'm live again for the second time today. I went live earlier today and showed you guys some of the Costco clothing items I found for my kids at a really great deal because a lot of you have children and you know, who doesn't need help getting clothes cheaper, right? Okay, so I'm going to work on my dinner, and it's a very simple dinner tonight. My kids have dance later, so we typically will do breakfast for dinner on Wednesday night. So I originally was going to use up the last of my potatoes that I got in my Azure standard order, and I went to use them today, and there was 4 left, and they were rotten. So I'm not sold on the potatoes from there. The ones we used were good. I didn't store them in the fridge. I never store my potatoes in the fridge. I've always stored them on the counter. My house is not super warm. Maybe I should have put them in the fridge, but so that could be on me. So I'm curious, where do you store your potatoes? Do you keep them out or do you put them in your fridge? So I had to pivot a little. So I'm still using something from my Azure standard order, but instead of doing like diced potatoes like in a pan with butter, I am going to use these organic cottage fries, and I'm going to just toss them in some olive oil with some onions and seasonings, and then I'm going to put them in my air fryer. And then we're going to do like runny eggs. So for my husband and I, I'll put the runny eggs right on top of the potatoes. My daughter doesn't like potatoes, so she won't eat them. My son will want the thing separate. And then we're going to have pancakes as well. And I'm going to show you how I doctor up our favorite pancake mixes. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I know people will probably join a little late, and I'll just try to reiterate some of what I've said because I want to get going on it since we do have dance. So, got a glass bowl here, and I've got a purple onion that I have already cut up, and I just did slices because it's going to go into the air fryer, and if they're too small, they'll fall in between the little things in the air fryer. So, got some onion in there. So these are snowpack, and they are organic, and I said I got them in my Azure standard order. The ingredients are potatoes. They are a product of the USA, and yeah, you can't get much more simple than that. So I don't know, I haven't ever got them before, so oh, those are nice. They remind me of pickle chips. I know that's probably hard to see, but they're kind of like crinkled like pickles. So I'm going to put those in here. That one looks kind of green. So I'll probably just make the whole thing. Hello! Just going to use the whole bag of them. So I am working on dinner. We're having breakfast for dinner. We are doing some potatoes and onions in the air fryer and some pancakes to go with it, and then some eggs. But alright, so these are the potatoes I'm using, and then I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I want to know, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? I'm sure a lot of you are cooking dinner right now. So a little bit of olive oil. Actually got this big gigantic jug at Sam's Club. So alright, so a little bit of olive oil, and then I've got my onions, the little potatoes, and some olive oil. And then I'm going to put in some onion. And I want to know, do you guys have an air fryer? We go in spurts of using it a ton and then not using it for a while. No salt seasoning. I get this at Costco. It's organic. And then some granulated, white chicken chili. That sounds delicious. I love chili. And then some granulated garlic. So I'm going to have to get another spoon. I got this spoon originally to mix my pancake mix. If you're just joining, I talked about how I was going to use regular potatoes from my Azure order, but I went to use them and they were rotten. So thankfully there was only 4 left, so I didn't lose out on a ton of money, but I didn't store them in the fridge. I've never stored my regular potatoes in the fridge, and I'm thinking maybe I should have, because I think they came on a refrigerated truck, so might be my fault that they went bad. And of course, because they're organic, they aren't sprayed with as much, so I just think that they spoil sooner. So I definitely wouldn't order more than what I did because we wouldn't go through them. So maybe if you canned them or something. But, so that was just my 2 cents on the potatoes. Okay, so what I did is I just pivoted and I grabbed out a bag of organic, like potato chip. They're not chips, but little slices of potatoes that I'm just going to air fry with some onion. So I'm not actually going to run my air fryer while I'm doing this because it's super loud, but I have a Ninja Vortex. Yeah, it does suck. Just because they're expensive, because they're organic, and I feel like I didn't get to use a third of the bag, but again, that might be on me. I'd still order them again to give them one more try because I've seen videos of people using them and they looked much better than the potatoes I got. So, I mean, I've gotten potatoes from the store that went bad too. So, this is my air fryer basket. So, like I said, I have an instant vortex. So I'm just going to throw these in there. Again, I'm not going to start until I am done with the video because it's really, really loud. So, and I'm not going to make you watch me cook the pancakes. I'm just showing you how I doctor up the mix. So I've got those in my air fryer. So now for my pancakes, I'm going to show you what I do to doctor up our favorite mixes, make them a little bit healthier. So we use 2 different kinds. I use Sunrise Flour Mill 7 grain. That I would say is more of like you add cinnamon to it, that kind of thing. My son loves chocolate chip pancakes, so that's what we're doing tonight. So I actually have Krusty's pancake mix. I buy a big giant bag of it at Costco. Super reasonable. I know it's probably not the best for you, but there's a small farm store down the road. He had 50-pound bags of potatoes for $5. I don't think I'd ever used 50, but for $5, I paid like $6.50 for a 5-pound bag. So I probably would have bought some and found a way to freeze them or something. I have not got into the canning world yet, but if you can, that's a great deal. Honestly, for $5, I'd probably just buy them. This is what I could. I'd be eating a lot of potatoes. I love baked potatoes, but okay, so Krusty's pancake mix, and my tip for mixes that you use all the time, write on the lid of the container the recipes. That way you don't have to look them up all the time. So I am doubling what the recipe says. So one batch is 1 cup of mix, so I'm doing a 1.5 cups, or 2 cups, sorry. I have a 1.5 cup measuring cup here. Okay, so 1.5 cups, and then 2 cups. So 2 cups of mix. Alright, so then you could just add water and call it good, but I do eggs and milk for extra protein. So I already have my 2 eggs cracked. I did that so I didn't have to walk away and wash my hands. So 2 eggs, and then some milk. I think I'm going to have to get out another container of milk. And I always do the milk and the eggs just for the extra protein. Yeah, I don't have quite enough milk here. I'm going to have to grab out another one. I was hoping I'd have enough. Okay. One little bit more milk. Sorry, I thought I would be prepared here. Like I said, I'm not going to make you watch me cook the pancakes, but I'm just showing you how you can take store-bought mix to another level. Okay. So I've got my milk in there. And then my other favorite things to add into it are some vanilla. This really helps with just making them taste a little bit more homemade. I don't measure. You do. You do you. And some almond extract. This you don't need a ton of if you've never used almond extract. Don't go dumping like a ton in there because this is really strong. So a little bit of almond extract. And then, oh, I have to get another spoon. I'll be right back.
Mama.
Yes, bud?
One was laying down with me like snuck for me 3 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah, he just stayed there. I kind of pulled him back because he was like, I didn't actually pull him hard. but he was laying down from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad that he got up. He was cleaning, he was looking at something.
My son always gets so excited when the dog snuggles him. He doesn't snuggle him very often. He loves my husband the best, and that's about it. He tolerates the rest of us, as I say. Okay, so I'm mixing up the mix, and then I'll show you a couple other things I add in there. And then I'll give you a couple other suggestions of things that you could add in there if you wanted to. So I always add in flaxseed because this is a great source of fiber, and there's even extra protein in here. So flax seeds are great. They are ground, or milled. If you use whole flax seeds, my understanding is that it doesn't get absorbed in your body like these ones do. So I always use the milled ones. You can get them reasonable at Aldi. I've also just picked up a really big bag at Costco. So, and I'm gonna guess Azure also has them. Okay, so I add in 1/4 cup of milled flaxseed, and my kids literally know no different. I've been adding flax seeds in pancakes for a really long time, so to them that's just how pancakes look. Okay. Then the last thing I'm going to add in today are some semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. And this is why I bought like an entire case of them from Azure, because we make a lot of chocolate chip pancakes and I like the mini semi-sweet ones. So add that in there. So some other great things that you could add into your pancake mix to add some additional kids are playing. To add in some additional nutritional value. You could use protein powder, and I will add this in sometimes. This is the vanilla protein powder from my wellness box. This is a great thing you can add in. And another thing that you can add in for additional protein is some peanut butter powder. So my daughter probably wouldn't go for this if I put it in there. She's kind of weird about it. So, but this is something else you could add to it to add some extra nutritional value to it. So I will cook these up on my griddle, and then I'll get my potatoes going, and then right before we eat I'll make some runny eggs and we'll serve those on top of the potatoes, and we'll have breakfast for dinner. So alright, thanks guys, have a great night, see you later.